know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason why I have not left. Okay?
So what happened? What changed? Why are you trying to leave your husband now? You said he's a good man. And then you thought about all the things that need to be done to separate each other. So that means this has been on your mind for quite some time, and now you're looking to go to the internet to talk about all this stuff. That's crazy.
Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right?
My expectations are not met. My expectations, that's what she just said. My expectations are not met.
Right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3. And I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself, or you don't love me for who I am, isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like, at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else.
Of course, she can just get a divorce and go find the love that she's craving with somebody else. Didn't she just say a minute ago that she's 32 years old with 3 children? Now, the age is not so much a problem, but it's those 3 kids. You've been married to your husband for 10 years. More than likely, this has probably been the only guy that you have ever been with. And now you think that you could just divorce this man and just go find the man of your dreams out here? Newsflash, you do that, it will be the worst mistake that you will ever make in your life, because she didn't say that this was a bad man. You didn't say that this man was beating you down. He threatened the kids. He's a raging alcoholic or anything of that nature. You just simply said that, we're trying to work things out. I'm not happy in my relationship and this and that. A bunch of stuff that does not constitute a good reason to file for divorce. So go ahead, file for divorce and be out here as a single mother of 3 and thinking that all these guys are just going to be lined up to take you out, going to be lined up to marry you next. No, you will be a hot, fresh piece of tail out here, and guys are going to be salivating at the mouth knowing good and well that you're going to be out here, you lonely with these 3 kids, and you ain't got none in the world. That's what it's going to be more than likely. Do you know how hard it is for single mothers to find a good man? You have 3 children by your husband. And then a man's going to find out that you left your husband for no good reason. Oh, no, they're not going to come anywhere remotely close to you with a wedding ring.
But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him, so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want. I guess the reason why I'm coming on here, and if you've made it this long, that's really nice. What have you done in your relationship to get to that point? If you have been in a place where we are and have worked through it and have found things that have brought you closer or that have given you that relationship, like, I'm just, I guess, asking for advice. Like, what have you done in order to get there, and what has worked for you? We're honestly willing to try anything. We have done therapy and counseling before. And it was fine, honestly. It wasn't like my favorite thing, but I'm willing to try that again.
Why wasn't it your favorite thing to do therapy and counseling? Is it because you're the problem and not him? You haven't said a single bad thing about this man. And so you expect to find some kind of issue between the rift is her. This is the typical "I'm not happy" that we hear from women so often when they're thinking about leaving their good husband and filing for divorce. I guarantee you, if she talks to any other woman out here that's been in her same situation, that's had a good man, that's had multiple children with this man, that's been with her husband for 10 plus years, they will tell you ain't nothing out here but hard dong and bubble gum. That's it. That's all that's out here for you, ma'am. So stay with your good husband, live in that house that you've been living in, and go about your life. I have yet to hear any kind of compelling reason why you should leave your good husband. Please tell us what is it? Because this sounds like the 80-20 rule. This sounds like she's getting 80% of what she has from this man, but he's missing this 20%, whatever that is, because she's not even giving very good specific details about what's going on in the relationship. Let's keep on going. Maybe we'll find out exactly what she's talking about.
And I don't know, books, podcasts, like what have you guys done that has worked for you to get your marriage to where you want it to be? I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of like been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve and that our kids deserve to see in us. So I'm kind of being vulnerable and posting this on here, but I would just like to know, like, what has worked for you and what advice, I guess, you would have for me.
See, she's going to mess around and find out. If she decides to divorce this man, that is going to probably be the biggest blessing for him. And he's going to go out, he's going to find somebody, and she is more than likely not going to ever get married again. She might have boyfriends. She'll definitely get some guys that'll bust it down. But to find a man that is going to be the new stepfather for your kids and step into that role, because this is what women don't understand when it comes to dating as a single parent. There is a drastic difference between dating as a single mom and dating as a single dad. Yes, it is a double standard, and let me explain why. A single mother dating, and men out here trying to date that woman, she is still going to expect that man to protect, provide, lead, and guide her and her children. She is still going to want that man to be a father to those children, just and treat them just as if they're their own. So if I'm the guy that's dating you with 3 kids, I have to take you on and your 3 kids. More than likely, and especially in a divorce, you're going to get the kids most of the time. You're probably going to get the house and the cars and all this other kind of stuff. And I wonder, do you make enough money to provide for all of your children, or are you going to expect me, the man, to pay for those children as well? Because you want me to provide as a man, right? So let's flip it. If I'm a single father dating and I'm dating women out here, first of all, women find men who are good fathers very attractive. They define that they see a man at the park with his kids or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, he looks like such a good dad. They look at the way he's with his little girl or with his little boy, something like that. Women find men being active fathers so doggone sexy because they think in their mind, if he's such a good father to his own child, he'll be the same good father if we decide to have a child together. Or him being a good father shows the kind of character of that man. Men, we don't think like that when we're dating mothers. We don't see a mother at the park with her kids like, oh my God, dog, she look like such a good mother, man. She just must have a charming spirit. I'm sure she'll be the same kind of mother to our kids. No, we don't think like that. The way we think is, I have to provide and protect for her and these 3 children. That's how we think. And on the flip side, a man does not expect, he does not expect his woman coming into his life to be those same things, to protect and provide for his children. Because guess what? In order for a woman to even want to be there, she's got to see that you're already providing for your child. She'll add on to that, but she does not want to be the provider, nor should she. That's his children. But if she's seeing that he is doing his level best to provide and protect for his children, she will come along and follow his lead on that. Ladies, are you going to allow a new man to come into your house with your 3 children and lead your children? Lead your children, not his children, lead your children. But most of all, and this is the kicker that gets most women out here that are single moms dating, you want this man to protect your child, provide for your child, lead and guide your child as well. Can he also discipline your child? Because children without discipline grow up to be little spoiled brats out here. And we got enough of those running around here. What you think most of these YNs are? What you think most of these young women out here that are just running the streets? There's no discipline. This is what fathers and males do. They discipline the people in their lives, and children need discipline as they grow up. So are you going to allow your man to discipline your child? And if it comes down to it, are you going to allow that man to whoop those children if they need it? Because sometimes you can tell a kid, more than once, Johnny, sit down, Johnny, boy, I done told you to sit, pow, I told you to sit down. Are you going to allow this man to do that? Because guess what? If the flip side, if that's his children, there's no, he's going to whoop the children if he wants to, because those are his kids. You want him to discipline the children anyway, because those are his kids. Even if they're both of y'all kids, you would still turn to him as the man to discipline those children in the house. So you decide to leave this man, that's going to be the worst mistake that you will ever make in your life. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. What do you think this woman should do? Should she stay with her husband of 10 years and figure out why she's having this issue? She doesn't even know what kind of, what she wants out of life, what kind of person she is. Do you think that this man will be much better off if they got divorced and he could go out and find whatever kind of woman that he wants, so long as, he's got all his stuff together and this and that. Yes, he will take a hit in divorce. Yes, he will probably lose half his stuff, have his family broken up and all this other kind of stuff, just because this woman is, I'm not happy. Guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about marriage, because it's an example like this is why men feel marriage so much. It's not so much the marriage, it's the divorce. Because you could be the best husband, the best father, doing everything in your power to take care of your family, and she could just decide 10 years later that she just wants a divorce because she is not happy for whatever reason that she can't even figure out herself. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.